It's a smart crowd. They know when to be quiet, when to get loud. Obviously, like to get a win in front of them. We always appreciate their support. They always show out in the big games and come out and support every single week. So we got to go out and put on a show, do what we need to do, get a win at home.
When you say it's a must-win, the urgency's high. How does that manifest itself as y'all get ready for a game? When you say the urgency's like as high as it can be, how does that manifest itself in the way you guys prep?
I'm not sure it really changes the prep. We're going to prep like that every week, no matter what. But it changes how you feel throughout the week. Your energy levels are raised a little bit. You're more dialed in on the game plan, trying to find any way that you can get an edge for Sunday with scheme, with players, with your technique, with your eyes, what you can see on tape. It's just a mindset.
Joe, this is probably a unique question. How do you balance the feelings of this shouldn't be who we are right now versus trying to get this team to where it needs to be? How do you balance that?
I don't think you do. I think you can say this shouldn't be where we are, but this is where we're at. I don't think you can look at it like that. You got to adapt to the situation that presents itself, and this is the situation that we find ourselves in. We know what we have to do going forward, and we're going to attack that challenge to the best of our ability. I'm going to try to give ourselves the best chance to win with my play and try to continue to be as consistent as I can, and try to find a win.
Joe, 17-play drive for a touchdown is rare at any level. I don't know off the top of your head, but how many 17-play drives or more have you had? How unusual, how rare is that drive?
Yeah, that's rare. I don't often look at how many plays a drive is. I try to just treat it play by play. What's my job every single play? What do I need to do to have the best outcome possible on that play within my control? When you're out there, you don't even really realize that it's that many plays. You're just out there executing.
What's your challenge for Jermaine Burton from this point forward, Joe?
Yeah, take the next step. He played great last week. That was awesome to see. His demeanor has been great. He wants to get better. He wants to improve. It's exciting to see him be a part of. I think he take the next step with his knowledge of the game plan, his knowledge of the defense, his knowledge of the offense, the minute details of each route. I think Jermaine's going to be a really good player.
Is it to the point now where you're comfortable with him essentially being out there for most of the game?
Yeah, we got to continue to get reps in practice. T has taken all those reps, and so he hasn't had those all season. But the last 2 weeks of practice that he's had and the stuff that he's put on tape warrants more playing time for him.
How unique is his skill set to be able to separate like that deep downfield and make the catches that he can make?
Yeah, he does the little things within the route to get open like a vet does. You don't have to teach him to separate. He knows how to do that. You have to teach him how to do it within the structure of the offense, and that's the process that every rookie goes through. He's smart enough and willing to learn that he'll get to that point, and he's going to be a really good player. I'm excited to be a part of it.
Is there any specific thing he did on Sunday? Any specific thing where you said, that kind of caught your eye and you said, yeah, he is on the come?
You can just go watch his route tape and see the separation, see the little things that he does that not everybody does to get open against man coverage. The eyes, the suddenness, the hand fighting. He does things that you can't really teach, and so that's exciting for us.
I saw you talking to Jermaine in the locker room on Monday, and
I'm sure you do that with a lot of different players on offense, but how receptive has he been? How mature has he been to accept when you take him aside and try to teach him something? How has that been this season?
Yeah, he's been great. He's been great. The conversations that we've had about his limited opportunities have been very positive. I know he's been itching for more opportunities, which, with the guys that we have been tough, but, an opportunity has presented itself for him, and he's taken advantage of it. And so now it's my job, it's his coach's job, and his job as well to continue to find roles for him, find opportunities where we can get him the ball and continue to see what he can do, because I think he's got explosiveness and he's got ability that we need to be able to harness and find a role for.
Do you feel extra pressure when the run game is performing like it is or isn't over the past few weeks? As the quarterback, do you feel extra pressure, or how do you view?
I'm going to adapt to whatever presents itself. Every game you got to figure out what kind of quarterback you got to be. Is the run game working? Is it not? Is our defense playing great? Are they not? And find out what you need to do from a quarterback perspective to give your team the best chance to win. And so you have to do that every week. I don't feel more pressure when things out of my control don't go our way. I'm just focused on what I can do to stay consistent, keep playing great, and put ourselves in good spots to try to score points and give ourselves the best chance to win.
Joe, you talked about up here needing to be perfect, must-win games, urgency a lot this season. Has that made this season harder in terms of that just wearing on you over time a little bit? Does it wear on you more this year than it has in past years?
I haven't taken a step back to really think about that. Monday and Tuesday, you kind of reflect on the game from Sunday, but then when you get to Wednesday, you're on to the next game plan and you're back into it. So you can feel sorry for yourself for a couple hours after a loss. You can celebrate for a couple hours after the win, but then it's on to the next one. And that's the mindset that I've always operated with, and I think that gives myself the best opportunity to try to stay as consistent as I can throughout the weekend on Sundays.
With the trade deadline next Tuesday, Joe, you see arguably the three elite teams right now in the AFC all making moves, Bills, Chiefs, and Ravens. What goes through your mind when you see those teams getting better?
That's not my job.
Do you ever wish that, the team would, the organization would give you another weapon or two, or on either side of the ball?
It's not my job.
From your perspective, what is missing in the run game right now? How does that get better?
Well, Sunday, they had a good front. That's tough to move those guys up front. They're big and physical and explosive. We've run the ball well in spots. For the first month, we were pretty dang good running the ball. After that, it's fallen off. So we need to find that rhythm that we had in that first month running the ball. I always feel really good about our game plan going in. I think we just got to execute the plays that are called better and find ways to find an explosive run here, find a first down there, and that'll open up some more play action shots for us, open up some different things.
Through 8 weeks, was there anything coming off the wrist injury? Is there anything you're doing midweek that's maybe allowed you to be as effective as you want to be, as effective as you've been? Any activities that you feel like have been really beneficial?
No, I've been consistent in my process. I've been consistent in my workouts. I've been consistent in my body work. I've been consistent in my rehab, in my warm up, pre-practice, and pre-game. This is a process that I've developed for years. I've been in this spot before, coming back from injury and understanding what it takes to get through a season like that. So I'm happy with where I'm at. I'm happy with the people that I have around me continuing to put in work to make sure that I get to Sunday and that I feel great on Sunday. and I'm happy with how I'm playing on Sunday. So the process that I have, the people that I have around me have enabled me to stay consistent.
Is there any one person who's been really beneficial throughout the whole process?
It's been a combination of people. It's been, Nick and Matt in the training room. It's been Jim, my massage guy. It's been Dak throughout the off season. It's been Joey and the strength staff throughout the season. All those people have really played a role in this to get me to where I'm at now.
Joe, you talked on Sunday about needing to win 7 of your last 9. You called this a must-win game. So you seem aware, but how much time do you take to look at what's going on around you? Like what else is happening in the AFC North, the standings, and who's winning games? And how much do you pay attention to that mid-season?
You pay attention to your division. You don't really pay attention to anything else around it. You watch the games. I couldn't tell you what everybody's record is across the AFC. I could tell you what the divisional opponents, where they're sitting at. But I don't think we can look at that right now. I think what we have to do is just focus on what we need to do every single day to try to improve and try to put ourselves in a better position for Sunday.
So how do you beat Raiders? What do they got defensively?
They're very solid defensively. They mix up the coverages. They got Max Crosby. He's going to be able to get pressure on the passer. He's going to make big plays in the run game. You have to limit his ability to affect the game, so we'll be ready for that. And we're going to continue to mix it up, run game, pass game, play action. But the biggest thing is eliminating 98's ability to affect the game.
Joe, how much has your anticipation or relationship with Zach as a play caller maybe evolved over time here? And I guess specifically with Pitch now in the OC role this year, has that changed or been different at all this year?
No, I wouldn't say that. It's been great. We have meetings after every game, talk about things each of us could have done better, trying to improve, trying to stay on the same page, and those meetings are very positive. So I'm happy with how that's working out.
Joe, how important is it to stay present in the week, not taking this 1,000-foot view, even though we're asking you questions like that, and just focusing on this week and not looking at playoff standings?
Yeah, that's critical. No matter what your record is, no matter how you're playing, because otherwise you're just gonna fall into exactly what you've been doing. I think momentum is a real thing. If you consistently don't do things that make you consistent and allow you to be in position to play well on Sundays, then you're going to continue to do that. And if you build a process and you build a routine and you do that routine week in and week out, whether you win, lose, draw, play good, play bad, then you're going to build a reputation for being consistently great. And as a team, you're going to continue to get better as the season goes. So that's what I'm focused on doing.
You ever lobby for more quarterback sneaks? When it's 3rd and 1, you ever get the urge?
Yeah, I mean, we have looks that we like it against and looks that we don't. We've been successful on some, and some we haven't quite been as successful on, so there's definitely a spot for them.
Is there anything you can put your finger on that? It's kind of always, it seems to surface at various points now through the years, the short yardage.
You just got to execute the plays better. We haven't been good enough in that for a couple years now, and we just got to be able to execute our jobs, plan and play out in those situations, because those are big plays and big games that come up, and we got to execute on those.
Are you surprised it's taken that long, or it's been this long of a period to struggle with something like that? Given all your weapons and the talent that you guys have on offense?
Yeah, it's tough to say. Whenever your team has a spot where you haven't executed the way that you need to, it's something that you really focus on, and try to get better at, and that's what we've done. We've been good in spots, we haven't been good in spots. We just got to be more consistent at it.
Hey, Joe, the last time the Raiders came to Cincinnati, it turned into what was at the time one of the biggest wins in franchise history. What do you remember about that day and that game, the playoff game?
Yeah, that was a fun game. We played well, came out on top. The fans were great that day. That was an exciting atmosphere, fun to be a part of. Fun to be a part of that excitement and energy. I just feel like I want to get back to that moment, get back to, our fans believing in that moment and putting ourselves in that position.
You a big Halloween guy or no?
No.
Why not?
I'm not into celebrating something just to celebrate it, but I don't know exactly what we're celebrating there. Just like dress up to dress up, I don't
So
know.
you're not a big dress up guy?
I'm not a big dress up guy. I've always been like anti dress code, like if somebody tells me I gotta wear something, I don't wanna wear that. That's just always how I've been.
Any reason why? Just like.
I don't know. I guess I'm a contrarian sometimes.
Well, there'll be many kids, there'll probably be many kids dressed up as you.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Any reason the winter hat on a 75-degree day?
My hair wasn't looking great, so I threw a hat on.
What's your favorite candy?
It just depends on my mood. Sometimes I'm in a chocolate mood. Sometimes I'm in a Sour Patch Kid mood. Starburst here and there, orange. Kind of just depends on my mood, I would say. Thanks, guys.
Franklin here, and every day I am grateful for my experience to have played professional football. As a player, I realize self-motivation, leadership, and appreciating your teammates are key. At First Star Logistics, you can use those same attributes to create the life you want for you and your family. Build your future by working hard like I did. You'll see results both on and off the field. Call First Star Logistics today and be part of our winning team.
Opportunity knocking.